Hello, I am petroonishchuk. Today's sixth video of my series of videos about SwiftUI and Firebase, where I try to create a to-do application. This will be a short video. In this video, I want to add some functionality for deleting data from Firebase Firestore, and also I want to make some change in our MyAppViewModel. Changes what I must do, so need in the next video. In the next video, I start to work with real-time update data in the application. With their changes, we will decide what method we will run when our root screen appears, and when we sign in and sign up into the application. And now I show you what we must have on the end of this video. And now I successfully sign in our application by using our Thompson 555 email. This is our Thompson Jr. We have two tasks. This is our two tasks. Second task false. First task is true. First task is completed. And now I try to delete a second task. Now we delete our second task from our to-do list. Now we have only one task. Now try to create couple tasks. I create a couple new tasks. Second task, third task, and fourth task. We can update this task, make our task completed, and also we can delete this task. Now we don't have our task in our Firebase Firestore. Okay, let's start with its code project. First, I want to make changes in MyAppViewModel. Next, make changes in ToDoListView, and then explain all these changes. And now I explain what I am changing in MyAppViewModel. In MyAppViewModel, I add a new property, is run init tasks. This property I will be using in our isUserSignIn method. Inside this method, we will be using this property. We will be using this property for the sign. If we want to run all these methods each time when we run our isUserSignIn method. Why I make this checkpoint? Because we run our isUserSignIn method each time when our root content view appear. This is our root content view, and in onAppear we run this method. That means each time when we display this view, we run our isUserSignIn method. But we don't need run all this method each time when we display our root content view. We want to run this method when we sign in or sign up in our application. By default, our property is true. That means when we sign in our application, we'll be run all three methods. Take current user data, take task list of our Firebase Firestore, and on the end we're using is run init task toggle. That means we set our property to false. And when we will be moved through screen in our application and back to our root content view and display our root content view and run our isUserSignIn, and in this time we will be signed in our application, we don't be run all three methods again because our property is run init task will be false. Okay, let's move to next changes. In our sign up method, I commit isUserSignIn because when we back to our root screen, we display our root content view. That means we'll be run our user sign in. I commit this method. Also inside sign in, I also commit this method because when we sign in, we back to our root content view and run our isUserSignIn. And inside sign out method, we assign our is running init task to true because after we sign out and try again to sign in our application, we want to run all three methods again. We want to run all three this method after we again sign in our application or sign up in our application. And on the end, I create a method for delete a task from Firebase Firestore. I create a method delete user task. Inside this method, I take our current user ID, create a document path within our collection document by our current user ID, take our to-do list, and then by using our document path .document.delete. Our method delete have a closure, and this closure can return an error, and we check this error. If we have an error, we show our error. If we don't have an error, we move to the next step. On the next step, after we successfully delete user from Firebase Firestore, we delete our task from array of tasks what hold our application. By using this method, we delete our task from all tasks. This property holds our old tasks, what we display for specific user. And now move to our to-do-list view. Inside this view will be delete our task, because to-do-list view display list of tasks for specific user. First, let's look to a new method, delete task. First, in this method, we try to find a specific task what we want to delete. By using map, go through all tasks from our all task property will hold our view model, and after we found our task and assign the task to our property, select a task and check if we have only one task. And then after we check that we have only one task, we try to delete our task by using our method from our view model delete user task and put in our method our selected task by take first task because we only have one task. And inside a list of the task section, we run our onDelete by using our delete task. By take our task what we want to delete by using for each structure. Inside for each structure, we select our task and put index for our task inside our delete task method. And then we work with this index inside this method. This is all changes what I make in my MyAppViewModel and ToDoListView. And now I run an application and also I show you Firebase Firestore application and try to delete our task and we check if we can successfully delete our task from our Firebase Firestore, for example. And now I run the application and now I try to sign in the application. And now I successfully sign in our application by using our Thompson 555 email. This is our Thompson Jr. We have two tasks. This is our two tasks. Second task false. First task is true. First task is completed. And now I try to delete a second task. Now we delete our second task from our to-do list. Now we have only one task. Now try to create couple tasks. I create a couple new tasks. Second task, third task, and fourth task. We can update this task, make our task completed, and also we can delete this task. Now we don't have our task in our Firebase Firestore, and also we don't have our task in our application. After I swipe and tap to delete, we run this method, delete task. Through this method, we search our task what we want to delete by int. After we found this task, we put this task to our delete task users method in our MyAppViewModel. And inside our MyAppViewModel, we try to delete our task by using our document path.document.delete. And if we have an error, we display an error. If we don't have an error, we move to the next step. On the next step, we delete tasks from our array of tasks will hold our MyAppViewModel. And how you can see, we don't have this task in our application. This means we successfully delete our task from our old task array. After we successfully delete this task from our Firebase Firestore. And also, when we move between screens in our application, for example, move to our users view and back again to our root content view, we run our method isUserSignIn because we display our root content view. But in this time, we don't run this method because our isRunning task is false. We assign this property to false when it's in our application. And now again, when we display our root content view and want to run this method, when we display our root content view, we must assign our property isRunInitTask to true. We assign our property isRunInitTask to true when we sign out from our application. In this method, when we sign out from our application, we assign our property to true. This means when we again sign out or sign in our application, we will run again this method when we display our root content view. This is the end of this video. In this video, I make some changes in my MyAppViewModel and also add functionality for deleting a task. In the next video, video number 7, I start to work with real-time update data by using Firebase Firestore and also by using Firebase authentication. This is the end. Thank you for watching.